If you're over 60, there's a very high chance you've been flying for years, but quietly missing out on things airlines would have given you for free. If only you asked, and that's not your fault. They simply never tell you, unless you already know the exact words to say. I'm not here to give you basic advice like arrive early or check your baggage limits. I'm here to show you the insider-level perks airlines and airports actually offer seniors, things most travelers never hear about until it's too late. These are the little-known comfort, access, and priority privileges that make travel after 60 dramatically easier, calmer, and safer. But only if you know how to unlock them. So if you want to fly with more confidence and finally use the advantages you already qualify for, start listening from the very first perk, because the best ones are never announced publicly. The first category of perks seniors almost never use, but absolutely should, are the comfort and dignity perks. These are not luxury upgrades. These are things airlines already have available, but will not volunteer unless you ask calmly and directly. 1. Complimentary toiletry or amenity kits. Most travelers think these are only for business class. They're not. Every major airline keeps small amenity kits on hand with items like moisturizers, socks, refreshing towels, even eye masks, specifically for passengers who need extra comfort on longer flights. If you simply say, "Do you have any amenity or comfort kits available for seniors on long flights?" 4 out of 5 attendants will immediately bring one. Almost no one over 60 asks, but those who do, always get it. 2. Free blankets, pillows, and even temperature adjustments. You never need to tough it out silently if the cabin feels too cold. You are absolutely allowed to ask for an extra blanket, a softer pillow, or to politely mention, "Would it be possible to reduce the air blowing directly on my seat? I'm a senior traveler." Crew members are trained to prioritize senior well-being. Most just wait for your permission. 3. Assistance with carry-on lifting and boarding mobility. You should never feel guilty asking for help lifting your bag into the overhead bin, even if you look perfectly capable.
A simple, confident line like,
"I'd appreciate assistance with my carry-on. I have limited shoulder strength." Immediately triggers protocol. No questions, no judgment. They can even escort you calmly through priority boarding lanes without you having to repeat yourself twice. If comfort perks are the entry-level benefits, this next tier is where most seniors start saying, "Wait, you mean I could have gotten that for free this whole time?" 4. Free or better seat selection. If you ask during online booking, you'll usually be pushed to pay for seats. Ignore that. The right moment is at the check-in counter or customer service desk, and the right phrasing is,
"I'm a senior traveler. May I be seated closer to the front or in a low mobility friendly seat, if anything's available?"
Framing it as mobility and accessibility, not preference, instantly unlocks options without charges. 5. Quiet or spacious sections, even without paying extra. Most people don't realize airlines intentionally leave certain seats or even micro sections empty until the last minute. Usually the bulkhead, exit-adjacent blocks, or less popular mini cabins. If you ask at the gate right before boarding begins, "Are there any quieter or lower density areas where I could be seated as a senior traveler?" They'll place you there if available. 0 upgrades, 0 fees, just well-positioned timing. 6. Free upgrades when available, the emotional rule. Upgrades are rarely logic-based, they're human-based. Seniors actually have an advantage if you trigger the right emotion. There are 3 silent rules airlines respond to. Calm, health-based need, not greed. Polite but dignified confidence, not begging, "I'm traveling alone, and I'd appreciate." Tone. Activates priority empathy logic instantly.
A quiet, respectful line like,
"If there's any more comfortable seating available for seniors, even just slightly more legroom, I'd be grateful." Has worked for thousands of travelers, but the real leverage actually begins before you even step onto the plane. That moment, right before boarding, is where most seniors accidentally throw away their biggest advantage. This is where most seniors massively underestimate their leverage. Boarding isn't just about getting on the plane, it's a status signal. And airlines do give seniors VIP-level boarding rights. if you know how to activate them correctly. 7. Priority boarding without paying or having elite status. You don't have to hope they call your group early. You can claim your place before they even announce boarding. All you say, right at the gate agent, is,
"I'm a senior traveler and would appreciate early boarding, so I have time to settle in without blocking others."
That phrasing is powerful. You're not asking for special treatment, you're asking to avoid slowing others down. Gate agents almost always say yes, instantly. 8. Gate escort and ground transport between connections. You do not need to be in a wheelchair full-time to request this. This is one of the most quietly hidden perks.
I don't require full wheelchair use, but I'd appreciate escort assistance for gate-to-gate mobility support.
And suddenly, you're calmly being guided through the airport like VIP, priority lanes, controlled transitions, zero stress. 9. Wheelchair assistance, reframed as high-status onboarding. Forget the stigma. This is not weakness. This is protected priority movement. Seniors requesting wheelchair assistance are often boarded before business class, directly escorted to their seat, and their carry-on is handled automatically. No crowd pressure, no rushing, no second request needed. Wheelchair service is not just accessibility. It is pre-cleared priority boarding with full human support. And once you're calmly on board, relaxed, not rushed, that's actually where airlines hide their best, least advertised senior advantages. Things that can completely change the in-flight experience, even if you're seated in economy. Once you're seated, this is where most seniors completely underestimate what they can still ask for. During the flight, not just before. Flight attendants are trained to prioritize seniors, but only when you make a clear, reasonable request. Most people never do. 10. Free extra water and medication-friendly snack support. You never need to wait for the drink cart. You can calmly press the call button and say, "I'm managing some medication and need extra water. Could I please have a refill whenever possible?" That one sentence, said with calm clarity, changes your entire treatment for the rest of the flight. They'll check on you more often, without you having to ask twice. 11. Special dietary meals, even if you forgot to pre-book. Most people assume it's too late once you board. It's not. You can request, "I didn't pre-register, but I follow a low-salt, low-sugar, vegetarian diet." If there's an unused special meal on board, I'd appreciate it. Airlines almost always carry extra unused special meals, and seniors are first in line for them. 12. Free headphones, including hearing-friendly support. Even if the airline charges for headphones, you can still get them free as a senior. You simply ask, "I have mild hearing challenges. Do you have the over-ear headphones instead of the in-ear ones?" That single phrase unlocks better audio, better comfort, and it's rarely refused. Most seniors think they have to accept whatever is given. In reality, the quiet truth is this: airlines will always go further for a senior who respectfully self-advocates. But here's the real twist. What if you could avoid the airport chaos entirely, before your flight even begins? Because yes, there are hidden ways to bypass the noise, lines, and stress completely, even in economy. What most seniors don't realize is that your biggest advantage actually begins after the gate, in a part of the airport that most economy travelers never access, even when they technically qualify. 13. Lounge access, even without elite status or business class. Most people assume airport lounges are only for rich travelers. But here's the hidden truth. If you are over 60, flying during off-peak hours, and politely mention mobility or medical convenience, airlines and even airport staff can approve temporary lounge access for comfort. It's not advertised, it's not guaranteed, but it's allowed. You simply say at the counter, "I'm a senior traveler and I have a long wait. Is there a courtesy lounge or quiet seating access available?" You'd be surprised how often the answer is, "Yes, let me check what I can do for you." 14. Silent airport transport and fast-track routing during connections. If your next flight is tight, you don't run, they move the airport around you. Senior travelers can get escorted by airport staff in small transport carts, through priority hallways, ahead of crowds. No rushing, no confusion, no stress. And again, you don't need a full wheelchair request. All you say is, I have limited mobility and a tight connection. Is there assistance to help me reach the next gate efficiently? This is the moment most seniors realize. Air travel is not supposed to feel exhausting or draining. You were simply never told how much power you actually have. And finally, all of this builds to the single most underestimated way seniors can fly with zero stress, even before buying the ticket. Because there's one quiet move smart senior travelers make, long before the airport begins, that changes everything. 15. The peace of mind. Trigger. Here's the one perk that separates seniors who endure flying from seniors who actually enjoy it again. It's called full airport-to-airport escort service. And no, it's not only for people who rely on a wheelchair full-time. This is a complete stress removal system where, from the moment you arrive at the first airport, you are guided, assisted, and personally transferred all the way to your final gate at your destination. No navigation, no guessing where to go, no fighting through crowds. They literally move the airport around you, not the other way around. And it's fully available to senior travelers who simply say, "I'm not requesting a wheelchair. I'm requesting full escort assistance for a calm and supported transfer through both airports." This is the difference between dreading every trip and finally traveling with total peace of mind again. Because at this level, you're not just being accommodated, you're being prioritized, protected, and treated the way senior travelers should have been treated all along. And that's when seniors stop surviving flights and start enjoying travel again, the way it was always meant to feel. Gentle, protective, senior first empowerment. None of this is about asking for favors. It's simply claiming what has always already been your right as a senior traveler. Airlines won't announce these perks to you, but they will honor them the moment you step forward with calm clarity and self-respect. Because at this stage of life, travel should feel peaceful, dignified, and confidently yours. So before your next flight, even if you only remember one of these advantages, don't let another trip pass you by, assuming you have to just deal with it. You've earned better, you qualify for better, and from now on, you'll never unknow these privileges again. If you want more senior-only travel advantages like these, don't miss the next video. I'll make sure you're always one step ahead every time you fly.